Hey everybody, we're back with more Tomb Raider. Nice casual early stream where we're going to play more Tomb Raider. Big bottle of juice. Hydrated. Sun isn't bearing down that heavily right now. What do you think this is, Ninja? The new Tomb Raider? Of course we're going to raid tombs. When we last left off. Also, worth noting, we're on my other capture card at the minute, the HD60, because I have been pretty tired of the poor performance the HD60S has been giving me. So I'm hoping for a better video performance, but the video will be somewhat behind what you're used to. Because it's not a straight pass-through.
Relocated now to St. Francis's Folly, new temptations torment me. Rumor amongst
my fellow brothers is that entombed beneath our monastery is the body of Teokan, one of the three legendary rulers of the lost continent Atlantis, and that with him lies his piece of the Atlantean Scion, the pendant divided between the three rulers, which curbs tremendous powers. Powers beyond the Creator himself. My toes sweat at such possibilities, lying so close to my mortal self. Each night, I beat myself rid of these fantasies, but
That's good. That also means the video isn't actually that far behind.
Pierre, you litterbug.
Well, hopefully we can kill some time here while waiting for that to happen, Ninja. Okay. So when we left off, we were searching. We headed to St. Francis Folly in Greece, searching for Pierre Dupont. And there are the lions that I was concerned about last time. How'd that go for you? I was debating doing RE2 today, do the PlayStation version for a change. I was kind of really on the fence about it and decided, you know what, let's just do more Tomb Raider. A big concern with Tomb Raider, though, is at this point, we are at the point where I do not remember any of this. Nice. There's a good time, Ninja. You can probably shave off 20 minutes pretty easily. A little bit of practice. Let me figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, so the door has to be the goal. Up there, probably. 150 is still pretty good. Well, I'd say anything sub 2 hours is pretty solid. So what do we want this block for? Oh, I've had that issue before. I've had that issue with Claire and Leon. For getting the grenade launcher or the shotgun in places where lickers are. I think at this point the smartest thing to do is to stick to one version of RE2. Because I swear the enemy placements change between the versions. Very close to death. I had that playthrough a little while back where I did straight up die doing Leon A. Gotta love those roaches. So did you play it on PlayStation? PlayStation version? That was weirdly easy and doesn't involve climbing any of this. What's the catch? Ah, GameCube version. After having seen people, other people do the HD mod, it's like, it's nice, but I'm never gonna actually bother to do it. I couldn't stream it anyway, because I couldn't run Dolphin and stream at the same time. Yeah, there's stuff up there. Yeah, I've seen various people do it. Like Teek's done it a few times, and it's like the backgrounds are nice, but it is fine. I do the Dreamcast version, and I think with the VGA output, Dreamcast is the cleanest version you're gonna get without any kind of modification. And the backgrounds are kind of blurry. It's just something you have to deal with. But like I say, it's not that big a deal. Just something you take with pre-rendered backgrounds. They look kind of blurry through a cleaner visual output, but without the pre-rendered backgrounds, we end up with games that look like this. And I can deal with this, and it's fine. It doesn't bother me because I'm into the retro stuff. But you've also got polygons just going crazy. Plus the PS1's infamous texture warping issue. When it comes down to it, stuff like that is just stuff you have to accept when you're playing old games. And if you can't accept it, then why are you playing the old games? I make this. Lara is very finicky about angles. Oof. Like, the main thing I want when playing old games is just a clean visual output. That's it. The actual rendering of the game doesn't bother me. It's like when we do Nintendo 64. The way the Nintendo 64 looks doesn't bother me. I just want it to look reasonable on the TV. Exactly, the game's good. Hmm. I read too, like, the pre-rendered backgrounds are some of the best aged stuff of the generation. Oh, that door stayed open. Hmm. It's like, yeah, they're kind of blurry now, and it would be nice if some of the modern re-releases would clean it up. But it's not that big a deal. If I'm going back to play something on the PS1 or the GameCube or the PS2 or the Dreamcast or whatever, then I know what I'm getting into. Hmm. I mean, if I buy a version of a PS1 game for PS4 for $15.99, and it's a very basic upscaling that has had no real improvements done to its visual quality, then I'm going to be kind of irritated. Cough, cough, Final Fantasy IX, cough, cough. Crap, I forgot about the gorillas. But it's the thing, like, you go back to play these old games, you've got to accept some of the visual problems that they're gonna have. Crap. If anything, I think the smartest thing to do is to look at how impressive some of this stuff was for the time. Everything ages. There are PS3 games that these days would be considered to be graphically really crap. Everything ages. But if you can appreciate something for its time, then it'll never matter. Controls, though, controls are different. Controls can age. Controls can age horribly. As somebody who likes to play PS1 games, like, for me, that's why this generation, this early 3D has aged so poorly, because of controls. Oh, the door's open now. See, old games you've never done before, but I've had it with games that I have done before. Where the hell did he go? I've had games that I used to play as a kid that I can't. I have real trouble playing nowadays because of the controls having aged. See, I think it depends on the game and how bad the controls are. Sometimes a game has enough of a reputation that I'll push through the control barrier for a bit. Sometimes I enjoyed a game enough as a kid that I want to keep playing past the control barrier. I mean, Project Zero's controls weren't great, but I pushed through them for the sake of the game. In the end, the reason I quit that game wasn't because of the controls. Oh no, I was enjoying Project Zero's atmosphere. My problem was the combat. The combat was absolute garbage. And the fact that from the first night to the second night, they had increased the combat so much. And it was becoming difficult to actually stay alive because the combat played so badly. It's like, I don't want to deal with more of this. Yeah. But honestly, the story and the atmosphere were keeping me going. It's a similar thing with this, like, you could call this a snowfest. It's slow paced and pretty much all about the exploration and discovery. It's not for everybody. It wasn't at the time. Arguably one of the biggest problems with the games that came after this was an increased focus on combat and traps. Oh shit. There's a fucking alligator in there. Ah, crap. Yeah, the increased focus on combat and traps that require very split-second timing. Tomb Raider 3 is the worst about that. How much can insta-kill you so quickly? A single slip and death. Plus, Tomb Raider 3 has limited saves, so that doesn't help. One thing that was better about 2 was its save system. It was definitely better. This game's save system ain't great. You find a crystal and you save. Or you don't save and try and maybe save it for later. But then you're playing a risk. Alright. This room. I remember this room, I don't remember how to solve it. Yeah, I could understand why somebody might prefer Tomb Raider 2. Control-wise, it's better, definitely. Graphically, it's better. But I feel like it lost a lot of what I liked about the original. And then Tomb Raider 3 pushed that too far. Part of the reason why I'll consider Tomb Raider 4 The Last Revelation as like the second best game in the series is because it goes back to this kind of style. It still has more combat, but it's a lot closer to this than 2 or 3 were, while still having a bunch of the improvements. Okay, now I need to find the Thor door. You know it's a bad sign. Is that the Thor door? It might be. It's a bad sign when one room has 2 save points. No. So the door I'm after has to be further down. That's Atlas. Like, a game from this time can still live on its atmosphere. Like, some people might consider Silent Hill 1 to have aged beyond value. I say play Silent Hill 1 for 10 minutes and see how well that atmosphere still works. There it is. Okay, a second save crystal. I'm gonna save that for a minute though. Yeah, that's pretty dark. Ah, crap. It doesn't look pretty, and some of its navigation is kind of irritating, but its atmosphere is fantastic. And I think it's a fantastic example of atmosphere not requiring graphics. Well, that happened. See, this is what I mean when I said, like, Tomb Raider 1 gets kind of dark, and then Tomb Raider 2 introduced the flares and makes it worse. Alright, let's work our way down again. She was alive long enough to actually register the pain. You know, a level's gonna be really, like, a room is gonna be really bad? When there are 3 save crystals in there. Still, knowing where I need to go at least gets me through here faster. It kind of is. It's not an uncommon thing for the time. Limited saves and checkpoints. But yeah, it's kind of shit. Damn it. Can't see a damn thing. That's gotta be part of the puzzle. She got hit by lightning and was spasming. I can't see a fucking thing. I think I'm just gonna have the video bar open so I can do shit like this. There we go, I can see a little better now. Not too much though. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing, Ninja. I've opened up the video settings for the stream so that I can just change the brightness when needed. Like I say, with the introduction of flares in Tomb Raider 2, to justify it, they started making a lot more places a lot darker. Hmm. What if? No, I've got to keep it pressed down. Alright. I've been muted this entire time. You see well enough, Ninja? God damn it. We're making progress at least. Think that's up against the wall? Yeah, it is. You can't tell when I'm muted. Oh, the folly of not having the camera. Alright. Slowly but surely we make progress. Like I say, like, Clem had that problem of he did like 2.5 streams before he realised his mic was muted. And he says he'd been like bringing up a lot of conversation points and everything, and was wondering why we weren't responding to it. Like 2.5 streams before he realised that. It's part of the reason why I have the sound bar for the mic of like visible. Every now and then I'll look at it and notice that, oh wait, I'm speaking, but no sound is being registered. Okay, so we got a key. Well, we survived. Your mic wasn't plugged in all the way. Oof. Okay, so that's nasty. I still have no idea what you actually are intended to do for this. See, there's a fun thing with Tomb Raider of Lara's deaths. Like, the whole thing of having fun with Lara dying dates back to this game. The way her body crumples when she dies is kind of funny to me. I find it way more entertaining than just the ragdoll that appeared in some of the later games, like the Legend games. You know, a room's really bad when it has 4 save crystals. Pretty much, that started from this game. God damn it, yeah, piss off. To be fair, I think we were all that person. But in this set of levels, there is actually one particular death that is pretty well known. Huh. Alright, another switch. Neptune. Okay, that's weird. Atlas is Greek, Thor is Norse, Neptune is Roman. Damocles. Now I have to find out where Neptune goes. Do a safety save. But yeah, Tomb Raider 2 improves the saving system by letting you save anywhere. Tomb Raider 3 makes it worse by letting you save anywhere, but it costs a save crystal, so you have to have save crystals. There you go. That got funnier than I intended it to, because Pierre just started shooting the body, and then didn't stop. Kind of. Like, you find save crystals as you go through the game. There's a limited number of them in Tomb Raider 3. Oh, there's a med kit up there. Like, you find a limited number of them in Tomb Raider 3, but they're required to save. That one was accidental. Yeah, well, I'll take this opportunity to have a drink. Oh hey, my juice is still cold. That's nice. Well, it's basically another variation of like things that I complain about in old games. Like limited saves, limited continues, no continues. You know a room's bad when it's got 5 save crystals? It's my big problem with the first 2 Sonic games. One thing that really bothered me about Sonic 3 last night was there are continues. You get 4 continues. Your continues are kept when you save. So once you run out of continues, they're not going to give you more. It's like, well, at that point, what the fuck was the point of the continues? I knew the continue system in that game was too good to be true. Yeah, we'll make it up. I just need to find out where Neptune is. I don't know if it's higher or lower. There it is. Anyway. Yeah, the limited continues thing is the main reason why I don't enjoy Castlevania Bloodlines as much as I should. Okay, so Neptune is going to be water. That looks pretty deep. Nothing there. Yeah, pretty much. And Bloodlines has a password system, and it's like, at that point, why not just have... Oh, that's interesting, I'm being sucked down. It's like, there's a password system, and it's like, at that point, why not just have unlimited continues? It's a problem Konami had at that time. Because all the other Castlevania games don't have limited continues. Castlevania 3 is hard as fuck, but theoretically you can... Theoretically everybody can complete it. Because there are unlimited continues. This ain't good. The clutch. The clutch! Oof. Oh, that should be a clip. Right on the edge. If I remember rightly, Tomb Raider isn't a game that kills you immediately when your oxygen runs out. Instead, what it does is it starts draining your health. And I swear there's at least one sequence in one of these games where that is deliberate design. Where the intention is to have you use at least one medkit to survive. Okay, now we need to find another switch. Safety save. There we go. I didn't even realise this was here. I was just at the med kit. Alright, I know where Damocles is. Sword of Damocles is gone. Sword of Damocles is hanging over my head. And I got a feeling someone's gonna be cutting the thread. Thank you, Ninja. You're a cool dude. Oh, woe is me. My life is a mystery. And can't you see that I'm at the start of a pretty big downer? I'll do. Right before. Piss off, Pierre. Stupid French bitch. Stupid French bitch. Well, I'm gonna kill that while I'm up here. I hope it's dead. Feel like it isn't dead. Alright. Do this. Damocles. I remember this room. See if we can make this. Oh. Okay. Now the fun thing's going to be finding out how to open the door. Or a switch somewhere. This is going to get nastier, isn't it? Question becomes, can I run under them fast enough? Oh, the switch was right there. No, I think you're lying to me, Ninja. That's 3 keys. All that's left is Atlas. Ooh, shotgun shells. You feel bad about it. This idea I had to keep my juice cold is great. It's working really well. I'm happy about it. Ah. Alright. Now I try and get in there get out of here without being skewered. I knew it was too easy. Do you mind? Yeah, that worked out better than I expected. Oh god, if Pierre tries shooting me again, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, if it was Reboot Lara, then she'd have taken the sword to the face and just died. Like a wimp. Classic Lara was hardcore. Yep, there's Pierre again. Now the switch for the last one, is it going to be on the bottom? Yeah, and it would have been a whole thing of that for, like, God knows how long. It's over, Pierre. I have the high ground. Yeah, it would have been a case of like, oh, I have to find a base camp so I can bandage this wound. And then immediately after you get to a base camp, there's a short cutscene of her just wrapping something around it. And then she's fine. Like, this isn't going anywhere. If I go down, can I get back up? That'd be a worry. Yeah, it looks like I can. They probably will reboot it again. There's the switch. And Atlas. Now to climb back up. Okay. But yeah, they probably will reboot it again. Who knows when, though, since Square's got Crystal Dynamics working on the, that Avengers game that really doesn't look that good. I debated, because, like, the closed beta was for people who pre-ordered it, but then there's going to be an open beta, and I don't know if that was this weekend or if it's next weekend. I debated going for the open beta, but at the end of the day, I really don't care. Nothing about the game, from anything I've seen, makes me care enough to bother with a beta. Plus, the whole thing of a service game and it's online and there's multiplayer really doesn't help my interest. Plus, this whole thing of, oh hey, Spider-Man's going to be exclusive to the PS4 version. And it's like, as somebody who has both the PS4 and Xbox One, that still pisses me off. That kind of exclusivity is bullshit. God damn it. It's like if it was a character nobody cared about, like Hawkeye. Or if it was like maybe a specific skin of a character. In fact, you know what, Hawkeye's not even a good example. Like, if it was a skin, a character skin, then sure. But the fact that it's probably Marvel's most popular character is like, better buy a PS4 to get it. Like, that's bullshit. Yeah, beyond everything else, it just doesn't look good. Looks boring, is the main thing. And you know how I feel about stuff that bores me. Yeah. Plus the whole thing of it being a service game. It really does look like the entire appeal of the game is supposed to be that it's Marvel. And I feel like we should be at a point now where that really isn't a selling point. As a point we should have been at like 20 years ago. Have you ever wanted to be an Avenger? No. Wait, what? I wanted to be an Avenger. I wanted to be a member of the Justice League. The Avengers are for pansies. Alright, is this Atlas? This is Atlas. Alright. I hope I don't screw this up. If I do, I'll have to climb all the way up again. Okay, so the puzzle for Thor involved the hammer. The puzzle for Neptune involved going underwater. The puzzle for Damocles involved avoiding hanging swords. Atlas was a Greek titan who held the world. So what is it going to be for here? Okay. Well, that seems worrying. Let's just get a look what's down here, just for confirmation. Ooh, a med pack. This is gonna get nasty, I can feel it. Well, that was the wrong button. Once pancakes. Made out of pure British wheat. When he's down there, how is he shooting my feet? But yeah, who knows when another Tomb Raider game will happen. It'll happen eventually, but who knows when it'll happen. Maybe Square will give it to a different team. But it's a similar case with, like, other properties that IDOS had. Like, who knows when another Deus Ex game's gonna happen. Mankind Divided didn't sell that well, from what I'm aware. It also doesn't help Mankind Divided was also kind of a crappy middle of the road, nothing is accomplished sequel that was very clearly made just to tide people over. Nothing happened in that game. And for a series that's all about conspiracies, the conspiracy didn't do anything until the end. At which point it was like, we're going to be doing stuff in the sequel. And now it's looking like there won't be a sequel. Because Mankind Divided didn't sell well enough. Because it was a middle of the road, nothing was accomplished interquill that was sold as a sequel. It's a shame because Human Revolution was pretty good. Human Revolution? Did you play the original or the director's cut? Just give me a minute, I gotta do something here. Yes, I remember the original has the problem of all the bosses were basically made for a combat build. The director's cut is supposed to be a case of there's more for the boss, there's more ways to deal with the bosses. But when I did director's cut, it felt like the ways of dealing with the bosses required you to have specialized in something. I say, like, specifically the first boss felt like that. Like, they added turrets in the director's cut that you can hack. And it's like, great, but I didn't have a high enough hacking skill to hack the turrets. So that first boss was basically just a case of me shooting it with whatever I've got and hoping that it'll die before I do. The second boss, the invisible chick, was pretty much the same idea, but it went worse. To be fair, like, Deus Ex Human Revolution has the big problem of, like, a lot of games these days, of like, oh, your choices really matter, it's your story, you decide how it goes. And then the ending was completely worthless, specifically because they wanted to have a sequel available, but also didn't want to have to put the work in to balance multiple endings. And so the ending is basically you go up to a console and press one of 4 buttons, and you get a voiceover above, like, with stock footage playing in the background. I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? That's the same thing I did last time. I might do Human Revolution Director's Cut at some point. I might do the Wii U version of it. It was originally made for the Wii U. But I do have it on PS3 as well, so who knows. Weird thing is, Human Revolution is backwards compatible on Xbox One, but not the director's cut. Which is kind of irritating. It's like how Persona 4 Arena is backwards compatible on Xbox One, but not Ultimax. Yeah, like the second boss, the invisible chick, was largely the same problem, just trying to survive, because nothing I've got is gonna make me capable of dealing with this the way the game apparently wants me to. And with that in mind, at a later point, I picked up a grenade launcher and saved it for the third boss, which was the guy who cripples you at the beginning. And so that guy comes out and it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm really cool and tough, and I'm the reason you're augmented when you didn't want to be. And I just went to town with him with a grenade launcher, and it wasn't a problem. I don't think Deus Ex Invisible War is backwards compatible on Xbox One. Hmm. That was the first Deus Ex game I played. There was a gorilla in there, where is it? Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, Invisible War was the first Deus Ex game I played on original Xbox. I didn't like it. I've played the original Deus Ex since then, and I didn't like that. So the question here becomes, can I get down here quick enough after the boulder starts rolling? And is this going to be enough? Oh, it was. Cool. That's what we're after. It was so easy, you think I should have got it right the first time. Alright, that should be the last key. Pretty much. It's where the save system comes in handy. Like being able to save. If you play the PC version, it does actually have the ability to save anywhere. I think all 5 of the original Tomb Raider games have that. The issue is getting the PC versions to work. Knew there'd be something here because this is a PS1 era game. Of course there'd be something here. I finished the puzzle. Alright, so this level only took us like an hour. Let's check if there's anything else down here before we go. This panel's weirdly lit. This is a door. One of the things the classic Tomb Raider games have a problem with Like, the lighting looks really nice, but it's all fake. And then you have stuff like that, which doesn't have the fake lighting applied to it. It's not actually lighting, it's texture colouring. Alright, let's do this.
No. No. No.
And one more for good luck.
No.
Alright, well, it took about an hour, but we finally finished this first level. First level of the day. Oh boy. Alright, which one's this? Alright. This is a cool game to play for like a chill stream. Relax for a bit. Tomb Raider 3 isn't. The Adventures of Lara Croft. Ninja, did you ever see the box art for Tomb Raider? Well, let me get the box art up here because I actually have it. I have box art ready. Okay, not that. Okay. And then change that file. Here we are, the original Tomb Raider box art. Go. And so I remember how you made fun of Tomb Raider 2? For being... was it Tomb Raider 2 starring Lara Croft? Like, it began with the first game. Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft. How's that right? Yeah, and Tomb Raider 3 is Adventures of Lara Croft. Alright, that should be right. It's a weird thing, like, they started the series off with this Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft. Lara Croft wasn't a character that had been previously known. Ah, shit, there's crocs. And there's a lion. Please die, please die. Damn it. Ugh. Alright, we'll still be a ninja. Now I just have to figure out where to go. Hmm. Come to the right. I'm glad I'm not playing Anniversary with its quick time events. I feel like there are very few gameplay fads that I turned harder against than quick time events. Weird, because I used to be okay with quick time events. I would despise them whenever they turn up. What do we got? Ooh, yes. Take that. Thank you. Okay, so that means this was completely optional. Is there a door? Yes, there was. Anything behind me? Nope. Alright. I think before we go in there, I'm going to go for a quick bathroom break. So I'll be right back. Anyway, I'm back. Alright. 2 sets of stairs. Oh, that's a dead end. One set of stairs. Knew something like that was going to happen. Alright, I think it's dead. No. So is this the way out then? That begs the question of where's the way in? Maybe it is round the side. Or on the second floor. Okay, so that's not a grabbable ledge. That might be, but I need... Yeah, no, there is enough height there. Alright. Didn't notice that before. Alright, let's go for a run. Oh, I hope there's actually something here. Yeah, it looks like an entryway. To something. Progress. No animals that are trying to kill me. Oh, no, there's an alligator. 2 alligators. Oh, I don't want to drop down there while there's still alligators alive. That actually worked out better than I was expecting. I was expecting to have some real trouble with that and would have to go down for at least one of them. Anyway. Oh, I hope not, Ninja. Welcome back. So... Doesn't look like I could get to the other side from down there. There we go. Heart-pounding chills as you shimmy over 2 crocodiles. Not really. I took the opportunity to go for a bathroom break myself. And, took a look on the inside of the building. Dead end. Have to find another way in. Kind of it. So I think this might be it. Here we are, yep. The other side of the gate, we pull the switch, it opens the gate. I'm in. Oh, this looks pretty dark again. I feel like the lion and the gorilla should be fighting. Also, Pierre. I hate it when my enemies work together. Anyway. Oh, there's multiple lions. And the gorilla is still going to be alive. There he is. Yeah, it's just not fair when enemies work together, is it? So, I wonder if there's anything this way. Okay, so there's a door. That looks like something that'll open. Yeah, I've not played the first Watch Dogs. I heard the second one was way better. I never got around to the first Watch Dogs. Part of that was I heard it wasn't great and I didn't want to pay the price for it. I heard the second one was better and I picked it up on sale last month, I think. It was alright. Yeah, the second Watch Dogs is definitely better about that. I don't think there was ever a point on the open when I was in the open world that the police actually chased me. Anytime the police were chasing me, it was mission related. In Watch Dogs 2. So maybe that's a case of, like, if you remember the original Assassin's Creed. Hey, Teague. Maybe it's a case of, like, the original Assassin's Creed, where the AI, like, the guards would start chasing you if you walked too fast down the street. I don't know if I'm going to get Watch Dogs Legion, honestly, after my experience with 2. It was enjoyable enough, but I'm not left wanting more. The driving in 2 was okay, I guess. But I'm kind of over driving in open world games. So, you know, take that for what you will. Yeah. It's like I finished Far Cry 5, and it's like, here's Far Cry New Dawn that continues the story after the ending. And it's like, you know what, I'm good. I don't need more of this. I feel like a lot of games are that way. Never quite what they were said to be. Okay, so there's a way out. What's in here? That's death spikes. Yeah. I feel like it is still kind of a problem with Ubisoft games that they're all really samey. I remember the hype for the first Watch Dogs, and I didn't get sucked up into it, and I don't remember why I didn't. Like with a lot of stuff like that, there's a specific reason why I don't really care with all the hype around. Or there was back then. Nowadays, I don't really care for hype around anything because overhype is way too common. I don't remember why I wasn't hyped for the original Watch Dogs. Hmm. Yeah. Nowadays, there are very few games that I'm hyped for pre-release. Very little. Unless it's, especially new IPs, unless it's a continuation of a series that I'm into. It's rare for me to actually be interested. Like, I'm hyped for Shin Megami Tensei 5. And that's kind of it. I'm pretty hyped for the Nocturne remaster, but that's also a re-release of a game, so I already know what I'm getting into with that. The main question afterwards is just how much is going to be different. How much are they improving? See, I've not really even looked into Control, largely because new IP again, and it wasn't something that was shoved down your throat. But knowing that it's made by Remedy, it is something I'll probably want to pick up at some point. Remedy's pretty cool. Oh, jeez. Which reminds me, at some point I need to do Max Payne after the stream. Oh, that went differently than I was intending. I heard Control had problems running at launch, like it had serious frame rate or performance issues. Was that ever fixed? Okay, so they both just opened. This probably does something. Not as bad as it was at launch. Alright. I heard Deadly Premonition 2 had serious frame rate issues as well. Like, apparently single-digit frame rate in the open world. And they've patched it so it runs better, but it's still not amazing. I might look into Control after I eventually do Alan Wake. Okay. Last patch. They've announced they're not going to patch it again. I always feel kind of like, when a company announces no more patches after this patch. It's like how Nintendo announced that the last patch they were doing for Super Mario Maker 2 was happening. It was like, oh, this is the last patch. Damn it. Yeah, that's fair enough. You never know, maybe it'll be an update in like a year's time. But one of those things like how Jedi Fallen Order got an update that added a bunch of new stuff after I started streaming it. And I started streaming it like 6 months after it came out. But you never know these days. Yeah, the time was ridiculous. It's weird how common it's become for New Game Plus to be added in updates. Damn it. Okay. You can do this. I think it depends on the game itself. Yeah, it is a really tight window. Yeah, for the games that call for it. Like, a thing that you'd think would be a standard feature in games that really call for it and just isn't. Alright, there we go. The problem was making the jump for the Switch was wasting time and it wasn't accomplishing anything. You know, it's kind of surprising how... Like, Final Fantasy VII Remake has been out for months at this point, and I'm still not all that interested in it. Like, you'd think at some point I would have caved and just grabbed it in a minor sale. as has happened previously, but I really haven't. Just haven't had the interest. Okay, what did I actually accomplish down there? It's not even that my will is strong, because that would imply that I do want it. It's just that I don't care. It's the weird thing about it. I've not watched... I've avoided watching a bunch about it because I will play it at some point. And so while there's the usual I want to avoid spoilers idea, I'll make this. There's the usual I want to avoid spoilers idea, but beyond that, like... Meh. Here's the fun thing. Forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. But I suppose part of it might be just due to the fact that it's a part. And I still believe, like, wholeheartedly, that at some point Square is going to put out a complete version for the next gen. God damn it. Maybe even an enhanced version next gen. Yeah, the PS4's native streaming is kind of a dick with that. Like Clem was streaming the original Final Fantasy VII a while ago, and he finally got to the end. So he'd been streaming it for a while. He finally got to the end, and the original Final Fantasy VII, which is 23 years old at this point, for some reason Square has set it up so certain scenes are blocked, including the ending. And it's like, surely if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII by this point, you don't care. It's like, the PS4 and the Xbox One having native streaming is great for people who want to get into streaming and don't have the money to fork out for a capture card and a computer that can run the capture card. But the caveat bullshit around all of it is just unbelievable. It's like, at least Xbox doesn't do that. It's like Persona 5. Persona 5 came out and the entire game was blocked. It kind of got really irritating and obnoxious when every time a trophy, I'd get a trophy, and the notification would pop up and like, you got a trophy, it's this trophy, and then it'd be followed by screenshot blocked. Because the PS4 takes a screenshot automatically of when you got a trophy. I think it's a neat little feature. And Atlas is like, no, you're not allowed to show anything of Persona 5. Really? Story mode of Dragon Ball Fighters was blocked? Yeah. That's really my thing, like, who the hell cares about a Dragon Ball story mode in a fighting game? It's something opened and I wasn't paying attention to where it was. Oh, I'm gonna hit that switch again. That reminds me, I've got Dragon Ball Fighters and I've been meaning to either do a stream on it or just play it. Okay, it's in a corner somewhere. I feel like I've been there, but I don't remember where it was. It's like Atlas's whole excuse for Persona 5 with all of that was like, because they knew they couldn't stop people recording it because capture cards. And so the whole thing was like, just don't show, like, you can stream it or record footage of it up to a certain point, but don't do it after that point, after that in-game date, or we'll hit you with copyright strikes. And it's like, why is that, Atlas? And we want to avoid spoilers. We want people not to get spoiled by it. And it's like, people are going to spoil it regardless. People will put spoilers in the titles of unrelated videos because people are dicks. You ain't avoiding spoilers this way. And if anything, all you're doing is pissing people off who just wanted to share the game with other people. Oh yeah, no, most of the pictures you get for trophies is up here. Most of the pictures you get, the screenshots you get with trophies are really pointless. The number of screenshots I have of trophies that are just black screens. Because, like, you've got the trophy, like, completing, say, a chapter of a game or a certain event, and then the screen is faded to black for whatever reason. And then the trophy notification has popped up and it's taken the picture. Yeah, I'm glad the hole wasn't that deep because I didn't check before I dropped. Like, the entire thing is just stupid. And it creates the point of, like, the limitations, the built-in limitations of capturing and streaming footage directly from the console. Limitations that don't have to exist, that are manufactured for the sake of bullshit, are exactly the reason why you should work to get a capture card and a system that can run it if you're after doing this kind of thing. It's a nice beginning point, but the built-in restrictions eventually will become too much. It's like, it's definitely a position that Xbox looks better in. Because as far as I'm aware, no Xbox game blocks stuff like that. And even on the scenes that are blocked, whenever somebody's in the menu and it does the picture of, like, oh, you can't see this because it's private stuff. Like PlayStation has the 4 smiling faces that bounce. Xbox has a way nicer looking scene of, like, a room and a TV. It's not a big deal, but it's better presentation. Alright. Okay, I have no idea where that is. Yeah, it's really... It's not a good visual image, honestly. And beyond that, it comes across as kind of facetious, I feel. Oh, there it is. Like, they need to have better presentation with this. Oh, I remember where that was. Where does this go? Ox, how you doing, buddy? Okay, I'm gonna have to push this because there's no way to actually move it out of the way. Oh. You're not doing too bad. We're in a pretty good mood. We're having a fun, chill stream with Tomb Raider here. It's good stuff. Been going for almost 2 hours. This is the second level we're on. Not the second level of the game, it's just the second level we've done. This is why I still love playing retro stuff. You don't get designs like this anymore. I like old game design, the kind of thing that went extinct for one reason or another. Is that Pierre again? Piss off. Why are you so big? You know, I'd like it if that lion went after Pierre. I'm really going through a lot of medkits. Well, I'm saving the shotgun we've got for a boss. We got 10 rounds. How do we only have 10 rounds? We picked up a bunch of shotgun ammo. Saving it for a boss though. Eventually get an Uzi that we might use for something. Who knows? What capture card did you get, Ox? You have to go back round there. But yeah, definitely agree. Once you start streaming through your own software and stuff that isn't just pre-baked into the system, like the Xbox One and the PS4, there's a whole lot of other stuff that you won't have anticipated to deal with. Even media. I'm not going to be able to help you with that, I'm afraid, Ox. So I'm on Elgato. What software are you running it through on your laptop? It's like there is the possibility it's your laptop, and your laptop just isn't built to handle it. But that's definitely something to check. And then the software froze. Have you tried it again and had the same problem? Using OBS. I've had problems with OBS. It's the main reason why I use Streamlabs OBS right now. Day. Now, it's possible you might want to try different software. Like Twitch, thankfully, does just outright show you a bunch of different options. Like OBS, there's Twitch's own client, which I haven't used, Streamlabs OBS, which is what I use. Now, let me take a look. Add new source. Game capture. Not that. Video capture device. It does register even media. Yeah, so you could use Streamlabs OBS, see if that works better for you. It might be software, but it could be hardware. Don't know where I'm going. I didn't realise that'd be the end of the level. That means we missed something. Because we opened the door and then never went in the door. I thought the door was the end of the level. No. Ah, yeah. I know that problem, yeah. Give me a minute. I see about sorting you out with a link to the one I use. I've got one that I use for the PS3 that works pretty well. Here you go, Ox. Like, if you can find that on the US Amazon site, that's the one I use. And it works with the PS3 and the PSTV, which also has HDCP. Alright. I hope redoing this is going to be worth it. One to two. Yeah, I got that one from a recommendation online somewhere. I didn't actually get it for the PS3 at the time. I had the Elgato I had had a specific setup that went through component for the PS3. Jeez. I hope you'll be able to work it out, Ox. That's a lot of money to throw down for nothing. Could have gone to the strip club. Yeah, if you can get that like that splitter, I can confirm it works with just all HDCP. Like I said, originally I didn't get that for the PS3 because the Elgato I had because it was the old one, like the really old one, the Game Capture HD. It had a standard definition input and specific cables, specific component cables for PS3 capture. Well, that sounds pretty pricey. The problem with that might be that your system just can't handle it. Have you checked the system specs? Yeah, I actually got the splitter for my PSTV, which only has a HDMI out and has HDCP on it. So it's like, okay, how do I deal with this if I want to stream or record Vita stuff? And I found that splitter recommended online and gave it a shot, and it works. It's good stuff. I bought the wrong kind of splitter to begin with. Like, it was like, you need a splitter for it. I bought the wrong kind of splitter to begin with. I think I was there for that conversation, actually. Hmm. Last thing, like, the splitter that works for it is a 1-to-2 splitter. So it's like one HDMI input can output to 2 different displays. The one I got, like an idiot, was a 3-to-1 splitter. It can take 3 inputs, puts it into 1 input. Basically just to extend how many HDMI inputs your TV will have. And that's what I got to begin with. Because I'm an idiot. Yeah, the 1-to-2 is what you want. Not sure why that wouldn't be working for you then. Unless there's a specific problem with it. I'm not sure if they all strip HDCP. All I know is HDCP is bullshit. You don't need component cables. Component cables can make it easier, but there's also a chance that the capture card you've got doesn't have component input. So that could be a problem. Like the Elgato stopped having any kind of input for that after the Game Capture HD. HD60 doesn't have it, the HD60 Pro, the HD60S, none of them have anything other than HDMI. And so at that point, it's like, what do you do? The 1 to 2 splitter. Yep. And there was a gorilla this time. See, that kind of thing is exactly why I'm reluctant to upgrade my TV and get a new TV. But it's not really an issue at the minute because I have all my consoles hooked up through HDMI. But when it comes down to it, my TV still has the option for component, for SCART, for RF, weirdly enough. Yeah, PC anything is a bunch more complicated. Sometimes shit just doesn't work for no reason. The number of times I've had problems with streaming stuff, and it's like, what's wrong? Sound isn't working, the video isn't displaying properly for whatever reason, and the actual fix has just been to turn it off and on again. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's understandable to hate Windows. The unfortunate thing is it's just the most compatible. So much is just built for Windows. Alright, let's try this again and go the other way this time. It is a bunch to set up. Part of the reason why I've dropped the camera is it's a bunch extra to set up and I really just can't be bothered. Really, this was all just for a medkit? And a small medkit? It's like working with the camera requires. It's like streaming as I'm streaming now requires like only really a few things. Don't worry, Ninja. It probably won't happen as often. Like streaming as I am now, it requires 3 things. I plug in the mic, but I always have the mic set up because I've got it in a good position for the audio. So the mic's always in the same position, I don't move it. I plug in the capture card, the HDMI into that. As we're doing now, I plug in the console that I've got and plug the... I'm playing off the PlayStation Mini. Make this. Nice. So it's like, okay, plug that in, HDMI into that into the capture card, HDMI out of that into the TV, plug the capture card into the computer, plug the microphone into the computer, and that's it, we're set up. Just adding the camera adds so much more to the setup. I have to have the light set up so you can actually see me properly. I have to set up the camera and plug that in, get the positioning right for that. Make sure the light levels work, make sure it doesn't go blurry all the damn time. If I'm doing a widescreen game and I don't want to block the game a bunch, then I set up the green screen. It's like, there's a lot more just to set up the camera. And part of it is like having trouble to work up the motivation to begin with. Like, just cutting that out. The blurriness was irritating. I have no idea why it was doing that. It's one of the biggest problems with stuff like autofocus. At least I figured out, like, the way to fix it is just turn the mic off and on again. But again, off and on again. Why is that the solution? Alright, I'm not getting up there. Well. Technology is stupid. But it's like having trouble with the motivation to stream at all, really. Like, working up the effort to do a little bit to work it out. Cutting out the camera setup, and then sitting in front of the camera and everything, and making sure I'm in a specific place, and making sure I don't do stuff that I don't want people seeing for whatever reason. Like, cutting all that out just makes working up the motivation to stream so much easier. Is the stream worse off for not having the camera? Maybe. But if I had to set the camera up every time, we'd be streaming less. It's just something you gotta accept and deal with. Gotta stream how you feel comfortable. Surprised that worked. It's not like I'm overly uncomfortable on camera, not like back when I started. Like, successfully streaming with the camera for... It was probably like 2 months or so. Like, we did it in May, which is we started in May during Star Wars month. And like, pretty much every stream for a while had the camera on it. Well, that went worse than I was hoping. Can't believe that worked. When it comes down to it though, the camera isn't necessarily a big thing. And I'm glad I ended up accepting that the camera isn't really a big thing and stopped. I got comfortable with not using it. I mean, I can't stare you down without the camera, but that was a huge part of the stream. Yeah, I suppose back to the original point. I hope it works out for you, Ox. And like, if there's anything I can do to help you with it, let me know. Any information or anything I can give you. Any questions I can answer about it? Yeah. I was helping out Whitey Bite Me a little while back with some of his stuff. He had most of the stuff he already needed, and I really just ended up confirming a bunch of things for him, but it definitely gave him some peace of mind that he was doing the right thing. PS2 and PS3, yeah. PS3 can just be a ball ache in itself. I don't stream from PS3 that often just because of how awkward it can be. Yeah, you want to stream some retro games, and it's not just streaming outside the PS4. A capture card gives you the freedom to stream what you want. It's like, why am I streaming Tomb Raider? Because it's what I want to stream. It gives you that freedom, and it's one of the best parts about it. Yeah, Onimusha's been kind of a hot topic in the company recently. Hell, wasn't I talking with you about it? Like, I forget who I'm talking to people about. Like, who I'm talking to people about what stuff. Like, you want to do a tag off with Onimusha? I'll take Onimusha 3. I fucking love Onimusha 3. It's amazing. That's a good number. That is a good number. I think the most I've ever had with anything I've done has been like 13 people. I think that might have been last night, actually. We had 13 people at max, and that's because I had a raid. 3's so good. It's a shame that 3 isn't playable on anything other than PS2. You can get the PC version if you want, but the PC version has issues and doesn't have a nice, simple way of running it. I think Final said something a while back about doing Onimusha 2, but I've not seen Final for a while. Well, that's why I'm glad to have regulars like you, Ninja. Like the people who are here just regularly whatever's happening. It can be really demoralising to just have an empty stream. Shadow of Destiny. I put that on my PSP again recently. I'm probably not going to stream it or anything, or play the console version anytime soon. But yeah, I could play that game while sat in the garden. This is the whole thing when you have the problem of, like, there's so many games you want to stream. Like, if only I could stream full time and actually make money from this and just play games that I want to play. And have people in here. Like, enough people to really make it worth it. Like, monetarily. Then I could do nothing but play the games that I want to play. I've never used Stream Elements. Like, the bot I have is Streamlabs bot. Streamlabs chat bot. Which, it does good stuff, I guess. It works. That's the main thing. Like, there it is, it's got a link to the current vote that's going on that I might as well take off because one option has won over the other. That's kind of interesting, because I do Resident Evil fairly regularly anyway, and I never have people in here. Like, other than my regulars. It's so rare to see people. It's why I'm glad for the regulars. Like, you get lucky and you end up with a good bunch of regulars. And I'm here for the chat as well, like, mostly. The numbers don't really matter to me, because I'm not going to be making money off this. Yeah, but that's the thing, Ninjas. Like, you stream Resident Evil. It's like, am I there for the game? No, I'm there. I'm there. I'll chat with you. I'm there for you, not the game. The game's a bonus. It's generally my opinion of streaming anyway. Unless a person's playing something that I'm super not interested in, or don't want to see for whatever reason, I don't want it spoiled or whatever, then if I'm like, I'll be in a stream specifically for the person. But that's just how I view streaming on both sides. You know, while like nothing's going on here in Tomb Raider. Right, I want to end on this level, and I want to do it without making much progress. I think what I'm after is over here. It's like, it's past 3 o'clock now, and I'm probably going to want to be settling down for a bit of food soon. Yeah, when it comes down to it, the reason I follow anybody isn't because of the games they play. It's because I like the person who's streaming. When it comes down to it, it's like, okay. Like, Ninja, you say your Resident Evil streams aren't fantastic. It's like, yeah, whatever. I can find a dozen other people streaming Resident Evil at any given moment. So why am I in your stream? Because you're Ninja. Because I'm there for you. Stream more often, Ninja, so I can watch you play stuff. Alright. I think it's like the main benefit of like being pretty casual about streaming. Are you streaming today, Ninja? Are you planning to stream right now? Are you actually streaming right now, but you're watching me stream while you stream? Is this streamception? Alright, we'll be Aerox. Maybe, probably, I don't know. Why are there so many gorillas here? What is your usual time, Ninja? Damn it. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to stream today. I was gonna do, like... I was debating a playthrough of RE3 on PlayStation, and I was like, maybe RE2 on PlayStation, because I can get through that in, like, a good time. I'm still not down to under 3 hours in RE3, and I'm a little out of practice with it anyway. But I decided Tomb Raider, like, I can stop and start about whenever I want with Tomb Raider. It works with the casual stuff anyway. That's the thing, like, I don't want to be just a Resident Evil streamer anyway. 9 AM your time. What time is it for you now? 9:13, so that's 3 my time. Alright. I'm going to be calling it in a minute, Ninja, if you still want to go live. Figure out what you want to play. I'm after a specific set piece in this level to end on. And I'm sure it's in this direction. It's like, I really do like playing Resident Evil. Like, specific Resident Evil games. But I don't just want to be playing Resident Evil. Alright. Here it is. Statue of King Midas. This is, like, we speak about the deaths. This is one of the best known deaths in Tomb Raider. And that's what I wanted to end on. Yep. He's the man with the Midas touch. A spider's touch. Do 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 do. Such a cold finger. Yeah, I need to pick up 007 Legends and also see whether or not you can still download the Skyfall level. Let me look into that real quick right now. If that's something you can still do. .007 Legends. Disc only. Skyfall is... yeah, it's still there. Nice. Because, like, the last Bond game that was made, 007 Legends, made to promote the 50th anniversary like Skyfall was, decided the best way to make a game for that was to celebrate, in quotes, every era of Bond. So I think there are 6 missions in the game. Or like 6 scenarios in the campaign. I'm not sure how long it is. Being that it's an Activision game, in a series that Activision basically turned into pseudo Call of Duty, it's probably pretty short. I know it got really bad reviews. But it's like there's a level based on the Fort Knox raid in Goldfinger, a level based on, I think it's the raid on Piz Gloria on Her Majesty's Secret Service. I don't remember what it is with the Roger Moore era. I want to say The Spy Who Loved Me, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's Moonraker. Yeah, Moonraker for Roger Moore, License to Kill for Timothy Dalton, Die Another Day for Pierce Brosnan. Welcome back, Cox. We're just about wrapping up. But yeah, with the whole thing being like, when Skyfall comes out, we're going to release for free a level based on Skyfall. Because I heard it got really bad reviews and it wasn't great. And I want to pick it up. My main concern with picking it up was mostly I didn't know if the Skyfall content was still available or whether they took it off. But it looks like it is still available. So maybe grab that for PS3. Because I've got like all the other Bond games. GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, World Is Not Enough on PlayStation and Nintendo 64. Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, From Russia with Love, Quantum of Solace, Bloodstone, GoldenEye, Reloaded, and the only one I'm really missing is 007 Legends. And you can pick it up really cheap now. Yeah, so grab that maybe. Set all that up for a future thing. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Ninja, are you going live in a minute? Or are you're not gonna bother? Not gonna bother now? Hmm. Gonna go through all of that. This. Alright, fair enough then. Won't be able to rage in now then. In that case, but I'll be there. That'll be good. So I guess with that, like, we're gonna call it now. I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody who joined the chat. That's Ninja, Teak, and Ox. Thanks for keeping me company, guys. I always really appreciate it. Chat is the best part of the stream. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, where I'm not sure what we'll be doing yet, but I want to try and do something a little fun, a little special. Sonic will continue on Thursday. That will be Sonic Adventure. Ox, are you on one of the Discords? Let me check. Yeah, you're on Muse Discord. So we're on a mutual server. Rebel and Mew. Alright. If you have any questions, just hit me up on Discord. I'll see what I can do to help. Hopefully I'll be able to help you get sorted and do Onimusha. It's not a problem, man. I understand how awkward and tricky it can be to get everything set up. I hope it works out for you. But with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and hopefully we'll catch you next time tomorrow, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, where we'll be doing something different from what we usually do. Take care, guys. Catch you later. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye.